All right, let's just get straight to it. You've been told a lie. And that lie is that any kind of massive success has to take a lifetime of grinding away. That your 10-year plan, it's the only realistic path. But what if that's just not true anymore? What if the timeline for hitting your biggest goals isn't 10 years, but maybe 6 months?
Okay, so take a look at these numbers. I mean, it's kind of crazy when you lay it out. It took John D. Rockefeller 46 years to become the world's first billionaire. Michael Dell did it in 14. Bill Gates, 12. And then you have Andrew Mason, the founder of Groupon, who did it in just 2 years. I mean, that's 44 years faster than Rockefeller. The world isn't just getting faster. The entire playbook for how you build wealth and influence is being completely rewritten.
So this forces us to ask a really uncomfortable question. How is this even happening? Is all that advice we've always been given, keep your head down, pay your dues, climb the ladder one step at a time, is that advice just obsolete now? Have the old rules officially been broken?
So if the old rules are broken, what's the new rule? Well, it isn't about working harder, it's about finding a completely different path. Think of it like a cheat code in a video game. It's about finding the real-world equivalent of the warp pipe.
So there's this story about a gamer named Net. Everyone told him, no way, you can't beat the Super Mario Bros. World record. It was 33 minutes. He just kind of smiled. A few minutes later, he had a new world record, 6 minutes and 28 seconds. He beat the champion by almost 27 minutes. So how'd he do it? He didn't just run faster or jump higher. No, he used the warp pipes, these hidden shortcuts that let him skip entire levels. He played the game completely differently.
And you know what? In real life, these warp pipes actually have a name. Smart cuts. Now, a smart cut isn't about being lazy or cheating the system. It's a strategy that just bypasses that conventional step-by-step process. It's not about avoiding the work. It's about finding a way to multiply the impact of every single thing you do.
But here's the catch. To even find these smart cuts, you can't think like everyone else. That linear, logical thinking we're all taught in school, that'll keep you on the slow path. You need to develop a totally different kind of intelligence. You need lateral thinking. So, let's put yours to the test right now. I want you to imagine this. It's a dark, stormy night. You're driving your brand new 2-seater sports car. You're out in the middle of nowhere. As you come around a corner, you see a bus stop, and there are 3 people stranded there in the pouring rain. The first person you see is your best friend, the one who literally saved your life years ago. The second is an elderly woman, and she's clearly struggling, might not even make it through the night in this weather. And the third person is the partner of your dreams, the one you feel like you've been waiting for your entire life.
Now here's the problem. Your car only has one extra seat. You can only save one of them. So who do you pick? Do you repay the huge debt to your friend? Do you save the old woman? Or do you take your one shot at true love? Seriously, think about it. What's your move?
The linear thinker sees an impossible choice, right? A no-win situation. But the lateral thinker, they redefine the problem entirely. You hand your car keys to your best friend. He takes the old woman to the hospital. And you? You get to wait for the bus in the rain with the love of your life. See what happened there? By giving up your most valuable asset, the car, you created a solution where everybody wins.
Now, this isn't just some clever riddle. It's a demonstration of a mindset. And that mindset opens up a whole toolkit of strategies you can start using today. So let's walk through 4 of them.
Okay, the first tool is this. Train with masters. The comedian Louis C.K. spent 15 grinding years in local clubs before he got his own TV show. Now compare that to Justin Bieber. Yeah, he was discovered on YouTube, but his rocket to stardom was fueled by his mentors, the superstar Usher and his manager Scooter Braun. They basically compressed decades of industry learning into months, helping him become a global icon in a tiny fraction of the time.
And this is not some new idea. The world's most successful families use this as a core strategy. Dhirubhai Ambani didn't just send his son Mukesh to business school. No, he brought him into the boardroom. They talked about global politics, financial markets, business strategy every single day. That isn't education. It's a full-on apprenticeship with a master. That is the ultimate smart cut.
The second tool is to create rapid feedback loops for yourself. The best comedians do something absolutely fascinating. After their main show, they'll ask a few people to stay behind to test out new raw material. They don't really care if people laugh. They're collecting data. When a joke bombs, they don't internalize it as, oh man, I'm not funny. They externalize it as, okay, that joke doesn't work. They cross it off the list and move on. This brutal, totally depersonalized feedback lets them improve at a staggering rate.
All right, tool number 3 is all about leverage. You need to stop thinking about networking one by one and start looking for super connectors. These are the people or even the institutions that can give you access to an entire network in a single move.
So what does a super connector actually look like? Well, it could be a powerful mentor, like Salman Khan is for his brother-in-law, instantly opening doors that would take other people a decade just to knock on. It can be an elite institution like an IIT, whose alumni network acts as a lifelong career booster. The goal is to find that one connection that leads to 1,000 more. And the final tool is simple, but absolutely crucial. Never lose momentum. There's this kid's game called Bigger or Better, where they start with something tiny, like a toothpick, and they go door to door asking to trade it for anything that's bigger or better. By the end of the day, they often end up with things like TVs or even old cars. The principle is just to always be moving up.
And this means being willing to pivot. Comedian Kapil Sharma originally moved to Mumbai to be a singer, but he saw pretty quickly that the competition was just immense. He saw a clearer, better path to becoming #1 in comedy, so he pivoted. That wasn't a failure, it was a strategic move to trade a super crowded path for an open field, and it maintained his momentum toward success.
Okay, but here's where we have to be really clear. It's easy to hear all of this and mistake smart cuts for just getting lucky, for that one viral moment that changes everything. And that is a dangerous misunderstanding.
Let's consider two people who both went viral. You might remember the double rainbow guy. His video got millions of views. He was famous for about a month, and then nothing. He had no underlying skill to capitalize on all that attention. Now compare that to makeup artist Michelle Phan. One of her early videos also went viral, but when people came to see it, they found a huge library of high-quality tutorials. She had a repeatable skill. The viral video was just the spark, the skill was the fuel, and she is now a multi-millionaire. And this really brings us to the most important takeaway from all of this. A smart cut is not a lottery ticket that you just find on the street. It's a lever. And a lever doesn't work on its own, right? It needs force. Your skill, your effort, your work, that is the force. A smart cut simply multiplies it, letting you move mountains with the same amount of effort that other people are using just to move stones.
So you really have to ask yourself, the traditional path, it's safe, it's predictable, and it's a 10-year plan. The smart cut path is about lateral thinking, finding leverage, and turning that 10-year plan into a 6